And we welcome you into the Unrivaled Postgame show here from College Park, Maryland, as Penn State defeats the Terrapins by a 51-15 final score. Brian Tripp will have all the scoring highlights from this one, the stats, and we're joined by wide receivers coach Marcus Hagans to kick us off here with our exclusive postgame coverage tonight. And Coach, I know one of the things that was emphasized all week long in practice is to get off to a fast start and compete right from the opening kickoff. How'd you see that with that 14-0 first quarter today?
I think the offensive staff put together a good scheme throughout the week, putting the guys in good position, and we took the ball down and scored, which is something that's really important for us. Defense came out and set the tone right away, got on the field, got off the field. I think it just created momentum for us, and I think the guys did a really good job of executing the plan, starting fast.
Yeah, let's look at Drew's numbers here. 25 of 34, 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. Obviously using that wide receiver group, the tight ends, the running backs, a part of that passing attack. What allowed him to get into such a rhythm, and he looked really sharp throwing the football today?
I think the offensive line did a really good job of protecting. Drew made some really good throws where the guys were able to make some plays on the football, and guys were blocking. The running backs did a good job. It was a total team effort. Tight ends came out, really establishing, helping the line of scrimmage and making some plays in the pass game. I thought it was an overall effort by everybody.
When you're able offensively to stay on schedule, get ahead of the chains, getting into third and manageables, what's that do for your offense?
I think it creates confidence, and then it creates chemistry and consistency moving the ball down the field, and I think that's a big part of our game because that contributes to converting on third downs as well too. So all that plays a big part of staying on the field. 7
for 15 on third downs in this game, 3 for 3 on fourth downs, and that running game, the play action pass, that sets up so much as well. K-Tron was running like a madman out there, 14 carries, 91 yards and a touchdown. Hard to bring down. I wouldn't want to be a defender with that guy coming at me.
No, me either. I tell you, that guy can run. We got some really good running backs, man. They're not just talented, but they run hard. And you watch Nick on the kickoff return. I mean, his ability to do that, I mean, those guys are gifted, man. We got a really good group of guys, and they're tough and they're physical. That's what I love about them.
I know Dante Cephas has been working really hard to get an opportunity and then make the most of it. 6 catches, 53 yards in his first 2 touchdowns as a Nittany Lion. What did you see from Dante today?
I saw what I saw from him this week in practice. He really worked hard. One thing about the guys, they've really been consistent and working in practice, and they took another step forward this week, and hopefully that'll continue. But really excited for him, excited for our group, and hopefully the success continues.
And it seemed like Drew just really had great timing and location throwing those balls. That both of them were to back pylon throws.
And they are, and that's great timing, great throw, great catch, but also great protection from the line. All those things come together, and that's what makes football so special, man. It's a team sport.
When you have a team win like this, what's the feeling in the locker room after the game, and how does this continue to set a great tone moving forward?
Everybody's excited. Defense played extremely well. Special teams contributed. Offense did their part. I mean, when you win in 3 phases, man, that's a great feeling. And now we get back on the bus and head back to Happy Valley excited, and then get ready for the one that's coming up next week.
And I know you're working on the offensive side of the football, but on the defensive side, to see a Keon Wiley, to see Tony Rojas, just so many young, it's back and forth. It could be a veteran like Dom DeLuca picking a pass off, but just the depth the team has and the overall feel that you get out of a game like this.
Those guys are going to be really good players for us, but they're also good teammates.
Yeah.
So the way they work in practice, to see that pay dividend in the game, that's really cool, man. And a lot of guys stepped up and had opportunities, so it was a great total team effort.
404 total yards, 158 rushing yards, 246 passing yards, and Coach, we'll let you go after this, but the balance, when the offense has that balance, what's the rhythm that Mike can get into as a play caller? What's the rhythm that you can feel then on the sideline with that balance?
I think once that rhythm happens, it feels like everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
The guys are knowing the calls before they're happening, and you just get into a good groove and a good rhythm. And I think that allows, like I said, for consistency, confidence, and chemistry. And once we can stay ahead of the chains, convert on third downs, it just allows us to stay on the field longer and put us in better opportunities to score more points. So that's a really big thing for our offense.
I lied, one more. Did this feel like a home game here today? I mean, this is your first year coaching at Penn State. When you see a crowd like that behind your bench while you're on the road, what's the feeling?
I'm not even gonna lie. Like after the game, when we're singing the song and seeing all the fans that not only stayed through the game but really came here and had a presence and were behind us and supported us the whole game, like it's something special. And I'm really grateful to be here. Experience that after the game was really amazing on the road, so that's really cool.
Marcus, congratulations. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Marcus Hagans, Penn State wide receivers coach, joining us here as the Nittany Lions win it by a 51-15 final score. Run through a couple of stats here for you real quick as Penn State, again, 404 total yards in the passing game, 246 yards yards through the air, 158 rushing yards here today. Drew Aller, 25 of 34, 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. Dante Cephas with 6 catches, 53 yards, and his first couple of Penn State touchdowns here in this game as well. And I see a couple of dynamic passing weapons for Penn State set to join us here on the Unrivaled post-game show. It looks like we're going to have Drew Aller or Dante. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Dante, come on in here. Congrats, Dante, on a great win here today. Pick up that microphone right there. Exclusive live post-game coverage here from College Park, Maryland. Okay, let's talk about those catches. Those tough catches over the shoulder. Take us through the touchdown grabs.
Just off the release, just focusing. Just staying locked in through the whole play. Just trusting in my quarterback to get the ball in the right location, and just me trusting my hands to make the catch, and I made it both times. So,
how do you build that chemistry with Drew where you're on the same page and he's able to drop that ball right in the bucket there on a play like that?
Right. Practice makes perfect. We practice it almost every practice, every day. So we just do that, go out there, and we expect the same.
What allowed the offense to get into such a rhythm here today?
We just knew we just needed to get back on track to what we were doing, just play with the confidence we had before. So, we just came out with the same confidence we had.
When you have an offense that's in a rhythm like that, what's the feeling on the sideline? What's the feeling that your offense gets into? You see Katron out there running guys over, sets up the play action game. What's the feeling that you have?
The feeling on the sideline is big. Everybody's energy's up. Everybody's telling each other what they see out there. Everybody's getting each other info. So it's just real helpful for the people that's on the sideline helping the guys that's on the field. So
probably doesn't hurt when you have a crowd like this at a road game.
Right. It felt like a home game.
Is that what you expected when you come to a place like Penn State to have that kind of support? What does it mean to have those fans do that here on the road?
Yeah, that was actually my first time seeing something like that. But it means a lot, for the fans to come from State College all the way out here, just to support and celebrate their team. So.
How did you grow and learn as a team today? I know it's easy to say when you win a game 51-15, but how did you grow and learn as a team to get better even going into next week?
Right. We still got players we left out on the field. We still got things to clean up post play and pre-snap. So, yeah.
All right, we're going to let you slide on out of here. Dante, we'll get your quarterback in here. Congrats on a great win. First 2 touchdowns. As a Nittany Lion today, Dante Cephas sets the mic down. We're going to get quarterback Drew Aller in here as Penn State wins this game, again, by a 51-15 final score here over Maryland today. Drew, today in the game, 25 for 34, 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. What allowed you to get into a rhythm offensively?
Yeah, I think it first started with our openers. I think Coach Yursich and the whole offensive staff did a great job this week with just getting things that I liked and getting me in rhythm early, and I think that really helped it helped me a lot, but I think it helped the whole offense just getting the ball out in space to our guys on the perimeter early, and then I think that allowed Nick and Fat to get more opportunities in the run game because they were kind of concerned about all the quick stuff on the perimeter, so they had to take a couple guys out of the box to get numbers out there, and that just opened up running lanes for Nick and Fat, and the offensive line did a great job today.
When you talk about getting into a rhythm with Mike and coming up with stuff you like, now you're into 9 games to ban. The fans were crazy here today. It's a road game. It's hard to believe. But when you got 9 games into as a starter, how's that maturation process going where you and Mike are still learning and growing together?
Yeah, I think it's a week-by-week thing and a day-by-day thing, to be honest. And yeah, I think
this is like a pass rush right here, and you're calm, cool, collected. It doesn't matter.
But I think it just really comes down to communication between me and Coach Yursich. I think I've done a better job the recent weeks of being more vocal of like what I like and what maybe I don't like, and I think he's just calling the game that way, and I think he's done a great job of putting us in successful positions, and we're doing a good job right now of going out and executing those.
The offense, 7 for 15 on 3rd downs, 3 for 3 on 4th downs. How important was it to stay ahead of the chains and make sure you're getting into those real manageable situations?
Yeah, it's very important because then we have the whole playbook. We can run or pass, we can do anything we want, and it keeps the defense on their toes because when we're like the first 3rd and long, we were like 3rd and 19 or whatever, they kind of brought a weird pressure that was probably just a pressure of the week, and we were able to stay out of those situations for the most part today. And I think that really just helped the whole flow of the game for us.
All right, last one for you. When you hear the fans, you hear the band, and you're playing on the road like this, how does that impact the game? What's it mean to have that kind of support here away from home?
It's huge. I've never experienced or seen anything like this before, and it really truly felt like a whole game. I mean, home game, it was like a sea of white on our sideline. So it was really cool to see, and we appreciate it as players and as coaches, and we need that energy every week.
Drew, appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Congrats on a great game this week.
Thank you.
Drew Aller, Penn State quarterback, joins us here. 51-15, the final score. You're watching our exclusive live coverage here post-game from College Park as Penn State defeats Maryland again. The final score, 51-15. The Nittany Lions improved to 8-1 overall on the season and 5-1 in Big Ten play. Michigan coming up at noon next week from Beaver Stadium. Again, Michigan at noon next week from Beaver Stadium as the Nittany Lions win it by a 51-15 final score. We were going through all the offensive stats, and rightfully so, having Marcus Hagans kick us off, and then to have Dante Cephas and Drew Aller with us here on our set. How about the defense for Penn State today as well? 6 sacks, forcing 4 turnovers, 12 tackles for loss. They dominated time of possession, continued to get off the field consistently, with Penn State's time of possession of 37-14. Abdul Carter in this game was a monster. Same for Adisa Isaac, as you see his highlights there. Carter, Isaac, Dixon, Wiley, Rojas, and Beeman all with sacks. Tony Rojas, freshman linebacker, sack, tackle for loss, interception, and forced fumble. Devon Ellis, a McDonough school guy, a local guy, had a big game along the defensive line. Penn State holds Maryland to negative 49 rushing yards, 283 passing against a really talented Maryland passing attack. And if you take away the penalties on that one drive in the short field, this defense really dominated the football game today. And again, Maryland, a potent offense coming in, all of their losses tight late. This is a good Maryland team, but now they've dropped 4 in a row. But Penn State's defense gets it done here in this football game as well. Again, up and down the field, making life very difficult on Talia Tungavailoa, their outstanding quarterback who holds basically every passing school record for the Terrapins. Getting pressure, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback in this game. And then Dom DeLuca with that interception, taking it back all the way down inside the red zone. And again, the 4 turnovers are what this defense preaches. Manny Diaz and this defense really trying to put pressure on the opponent, attack the opponent, and make life miserable. And they did that by controlling the line of scrimmage. And we heard from the offensive side, controlling the line of scrimmage, getting that run game going today, making sure Drew Aller had time and protection in the pocket. And then also on the defensive side, Jordan Vandenberg comes up with a fumble recovery there. Great hustle by Rojas. And he had a couple of guys banged up. Penn State going down that depth chart a little bit. And you just see the potential and the depth that this Penn State defense has as Penn State wins it by a 51-15 final score over the Terrapins here today in College Park. So look at our highlights there on the defensive side. One last look at the offensive numbers again. The scoring plays, Aller to Cephas, Aller to Johnson, Aller to Warren. The tight ends have been so good. Katron Allen with a touchdown run. Bro Perbula finished it off with a touchdown run as well. And you're looking at this Katron Allen. How about this? Just fighting his way into the end zone, tough run, and then he's flexing after the play. What an outstanding run. I mean, what an outstanding run that is for Katron Allen into the end zone. And Penn State leaves no doubt, outscoring Maryland 27-8 in the fourth quarter. They won the middle 8 of the game again. Really good situationally, as the Nittany Lions victorious today by a 51-15 final score here in front of a very pro Penn State crowd in College Park. So Penn State wins it 51-15. The final, the Nittany Lions now 8-1 on the season overall, 5-1 in the Big Ten. Michigan is coming up next at noon, and that is back inside Beaver Stadium on Saturday. We'll be back with you for the Unrivaled weekly preview show coming up on Wednesday from the Lash Football Building, as we'll get you set for the Nittany Lions and Wolverines, what promises to be a top 10 matchup, which should be a busy weekend in Happy Valley. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Great work by Ross Woomer, our producer. Once again today, I'm Brian Tripp saying so long from College Park, Maryland. Thanks for being with us. Again, let us know where you're watching from. We love reading those comments. Thanks again for being with us today for our exclusive live post-game coverage here. The Unrivaled post-game show. Penn State victorious 51-15. I'm Brian Tripp. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for watching.